Hi gorgeous! Happy Frugal Friday to you! Today it is a battle of the liquid lipsticks from the drugstore. I have set out to find some of the best and in my journey encountered some of the worst also to share with you in today's video. These are from a number of different drugstore brands and I will not only be talking about each of them in specific detail in terms of application and wear time, but I will also be showing you an up-close look at how they wore throughout the day. First on our list is Rimmel's Show Off Lip Lacquer line. This is a relatively new liquid lipstick that has been released by Rimmel. I really liked the application of these liquid lipsticks. They dried very quickly. The only problem I had with this line is that I got two shades from the Rimmel line. The one in Burning Lava, which is more of your red shade, did feather on me after about 3 hours of wear, and I would have had a video clip to show you of the feathering, but my camcorder decided to act up about 3 weeks ago and it deleted the footage. So if you follow me on Snapchat, you got to see the feathering. Unfortunately, I can't share it with you here, but you'll just have to take my word for it. Other than that, really good in terms of longevity. I felt like this went 8 hours before a reapplication was needed, and it still looked just as great as when I had first applied it. At least the Nude Eclipse shade did. Wet n Wild's Megalast Liquid Lip Color. And I have quite a few notes on these, so we'll start at the very top. It required several layers of application to get the pigment to show up evenly on my lips, and if I did not apply several layers of this, unfortunately, it looked rather splotchy on my lips. And 30 minutes after application, my lips felt extremely tight. If you've ever had that feeling of dry skin that was just so tight, it was so uncomfortable, that's what this felt like. It felt like my lips were about to break open. I also want to make a note here to say that my husband thought that it looked extremely cheap on my lips. That's no good, but this is also from a man who can pick out the drugstore side when I do my half and half videos. He's gotten very good at it. I don't know what it is. He's got a gift. I also felt like it made my lips look wrinkled and old and much thinner than what they are. It just, ugh. And a lot of people had told me on Snapchat that these were very hard to remove. So beware. I was getting all kinds of tips that day on how to remove them. I didn't have so much a problem with removing them at the end of the day. I just used one of my regular makeup remover pads and it came right off. It didn't stain my lips at all, but would I ever use them again? No. Ulta's Matte Lip Cream, and this was recommended to me by one of my Snapchat family members, so thank you so much for the recommendation. This has a very creamy matte application, very easy to apply. Pigment shows up right away. There is no need to layer this one several times to get the color to show up, and the wear time with this one is fantastic. I went 9 hours with this liquid lipstick and it looked great at the end of 9 hours. And throughout the day when I was wearing this one, it felt like I had nothing on my lips. It is so lightweight. My lips didn't feel dried out or cracked, nothing like that, even after I took it off. NYC's Expert Last Lip Lacquer. Okay, these are probably the cheapest out of the entire video that I'm sharing with you. They may be right there on par with the Wet n Wild Megalast. I'll have to double check the pricing. So right away, this has a very noticeable fruity scent. If you don't like scents, then you won't like this one because it is rather strong. It doesn't linger throughout the day. It disappears after you apply it and you've had it on, but it is there. And it started to look really splotchy after wearing it for only 1 hour. And I had not done anything in that first hour. I was just wearing it. And then later on the day, after I ate lunch, the middle of the lip had rubbed off completely. This one went for, I promise you, not even more than 3 hours. It was just so terrible. In this instance, you get what you pay for, and I do feel like this is more of a colored gloss rather than a lip lacquer like it's advertised to be. L'Oreal makes a liquid lipstick too, but they don't care to put the name of the line on the package. It has a very creamy application, but it requires a couple of layers to get this one to show up on your lips, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you're looking for. If you want more of a sheer application, One layer of this will do you just fine, but if you want more of that rich pigment look, then you will need to apply this one twice to get that pigment to be really strong. This does not have a scent to it. It has a phenomenal wand for application. I was really happy with that portion of this. But after I had worn it for some time throughout the day, I felt like it was starting to feather around the edges of my lips. This one went for about 6 hours before it just completely fell apart, and it had faded quite noticeably on the middle of my lip and somehow had dripped into the corners of my lips. A very strange way for a liquid lipstick to wear, but that's what it did. Milani's Lip Intense Liquid Color. These are rather hard to track down, but if you have a Dollar Tree store near you, these can be found in Dollar Tree stores right now for $1 a piece. I did want to review the Amore Creamy Mattes or something like that from Milani, but unfortunately, like many of you know, they are extremely hard to find. Milani has said that they will be coming out with those next spring, so we're going to have to wait for next spring before we can actually test them out. But for now, I wanted to test out something from Milani, so I picked these up. These have intense pigmentation when you apply them. A very, very pretty application. Only one layer is needed. It has a very creamy finish, but it's not entirely matte on the lips. And this is another one of those liquid lipsticks where I felt like I was wearing nothing throughout the day. You would have actually had to remind me that I was wearing lipstick because I felt like I had nothing on my lips. Love that feeling. And by the end of the day, the fade that I got was actually really nice in terms of wear time. It just looked lighter. It didn't fade in weird spots or drip off my lips in any strange areas, nothing like that. It was just a lighter color by the end of the day. However, I do feel like this one had started to feather just a little bit around the edges. NYX's Matte Lip Creams. Now you know I love these in particular, but I've never tested them out in terms of a documented hour range to see how long they lasted. I just know that I've always loved them. So this one was particularly exciting for me to test out for this video. It has a superb application, very creamy, smooth, even consistency. But it was rather uneven looking after 6 hours with eating and drinking, and I felt like I would have needed a reapplication at the 6-hour mark. When I first did my testing with these matte lip creams, I went with the shade Istanbul, and that one didn't wear so well, but I could have sworn that the one that I love, Monte Carlo, would have lasted much better. It wasn't any better. I had the same exact results with Monte Carlo as I did with Istanbul. So all in all, 6 hours worth of wear time before reapplication is needed. So MakeupRevolution. These have a rich, creamy, smooth consistency, and they are very easy to apply. And for the price, you really can't beat them. And they do have a great range of colors to pick from also. Unfortunately, these only go for about 5 to 6 hours before they start to look really splotchy and uneven on the lips. And the funny thing with these is that they wear away in the middle of the lips first. I feel like a lot of these liquid lipsticks do that, but yeah. 5 to 6 hours with this one and really uneven wear by the time you're done. So NYX came out with a new liquid lipstick line. It is called Liquid Suede, so I wanted to add one of those into this video for testing purposes just to see if it was better than the soft matte lip creams. Very creamy application with this one, extremely pigmented. One swipe is all you need. I did feel like this one started to feather on the outer corners of my mouth after I had eaten, but it wasn't so bad to where I couldn't fix it with my finger real fast, so that was what I did that day. Now after the 7-hour mark, I started to notice the tiniest amount of patchiness on the lips, but it was one of those kinds of wears where you had to look really closely at the lips to be able to see it. So I wore it a little bit longer just to see if I could extend the wear of it. I went up to 9 hours with this one, and it still looked really great on my lips, and that is with eating, drinking, doing all of my normal activities throughout the day. So, in comparison with the soft matte lip creams, very happy with the Liquid Suede lipsticks. And the final liquid lipstick I have to share with you is from Sleek. This is their Matte Me Ultra Smooth Matte Lip Cream. Rich consistency on the lips, very easy to apply, creamy, soft finish, dries extremely fast. Very happy with this one in terms of application. And I was also pretty happy with how well it wore. It went for about 8 hours, and this is what it looked like. It started to look a little splotchy on the inside of the lips, but it wasn't so bad to where I felt like I couldn't wear it like that. For 8 hours, pretty remarkable looking at this point. So which were the best and which were the worst? Overall, I cannot recommend to you enough the liquid lipsticks from Ulta's Matte Lip Cream line, Rimmel's Show Off Lip Lacquer, and NYX's Liquid Suede. These are absolute must-tries from the drugstore, and I guarantee you, you won't be disappointed with any of them. As far as the worst of the worst of the worst, the ones that I recommend staying far away from, are the NYC Expert Last Lip Lacquers and the Wet n Wild Megalasts. Not worth the money, even though they were the cheapest out of the bunch. In this case, you get what you pay for. And now it's your turn. Let me know what your favorite liquid lipstick is from the drugstore. Would love to hear your thoughts, whether it was one I mentioned or one that was not included. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more Frugal Fridays, of course. And if you'd like to see more battle of videos just like this one, I will have them listed for you at the end of the video as well as down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you again next week.